And still on that, the Immigration Department has finally given its side of the story concerning the turn of events that led to the detention and eventual deportation of lawyer Miguna Miguna. Jimmy Edwin Nyikuli, a legal officer in the Investigations and Prosecution section of the Immigration Department, sought to set the record straight in an affidavit filed at the High Court. Now, according to the legal officer, Miguna arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport at 2:45 p.m. That was Monday this week. That was March 26, 2018, on an Emirates airline flight EK719. Now, he was traveling on a Canadian passport. That was number HP 679627. Upon arrival, Miguna was received by Nyikuli, the legal officer from the Immigration Department, a representative from the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, and the officer in charge of immigration at JKIA. Now, Miguna is said to have refused to produce his travel document when asked at the diplomatic counter of immigration control at JKIA's Terminal 1A. Now, the legal officer in the affidavit went on to say that Miguna became unruly and all efforts to calm him down failed. Miguna then reportedly forced his way to the baggage claim area without immigration clearance, but was blocked from exiting the terminal by security officers. His lawyers were later given access to the baggage area where he was being held to try to convince him to produce his passport. After 9 hours of deliberations, Miguna allegedly refused. Now, the legal officer also clarified that Miguna's Canadian passport was not confiscated by anyone from the Immigration Department or police service. Now, Miguna then demanded to be immigrated with his Kenyan national identification card that was in his possession upon arrival. Now, according to the Immigration Department, a national identification card is only acceptable as a travel document to and from Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and South Sudan. Now, Miguna was then declared an undocumented person due to the security situation that was caused by the chaotic scenes at JKIA and the lawyer's defiance to produce his travel documents. Now, the affidavit went on to explain that for the safety of other passengers and the facility on that day, Miguna was confined in the immigration holding facility within the airport. The legal officer refuted claims that Miguna was being held in a toilet at JKIA Incommunicado. Now, the following day, that was Tuesday, March 27th, 2018, the Immigration Department legal officer Nyikuli was instructed to facilitate Miguna with forms to regularize his Kenyan citizenship status to allow him entry into the country. Miguna said to have torn the forms up and insisted he be allowed into the country on the strength of the court order. Now, Emirates Airlines was eventually compelled to return Miguna to the country of his last embarkment, which was the United Arab Emirates. Miguna is still in Dubai and has since asked the Interior CS Fred Matiang'i and the Immigration Department to send him his Kenyan passport and respect his constitutional rights. Of course,